Yes, that's pretty fresh. That's pretty fresh, fresh to death, like a motherfucking. See? Oh, if I would freestyle, that'd be so good right there. You would have been like, oh, wow, you can freestyle? I didn't know that. And I would have been like, yeah, bitch. Of course I knew that. Of course I know that. Right? What's up, everybody? I am Mighty Muds, and this is Pretty Fresh. Why? Because it's pretty fucking fresh. That's why. Today, I have actually one of my I don't know how to say it, idols, heroes, maybe. He was the first person that I thought, holy fuck, this guy is a musician, this guy is an artist, this guy is unattainable, and I did not, I would never for the life of me thought that I would be friends with him, let alone be like good friends with him and stuff. And then, pretty much I started taking photos and video for Evercore, and Matamoska would always be performing because they had just recently came back from their hiatus, came back with a vengeance, and I started taking photos and videos of them, and it was naturally that they were like, hey, you know what, you should come with us and film us for a little bit. And then I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna try to do a documentary about you guys because your story is so interesting, and everybody has a story, and they were the first ones that I actually, I would go to every show that we're on, and I would go with them in the car rides, and I would, travel with them and do all that stuff. And pretty much I have tons of footage of them, like months and years of footage of them. And I still want to do that documentary, and I will do that documentary. But for now, this is Padilla, and I am super proud and I'm super happy that I could have him on the show today, because it's like, when you have your own show and you have your own podcast or anything, you kind of already envision who you want to have on the show. And to me, he was one of them. And there's a few others that I'm still going to get, but he was one of those ones that I was like, this is awesome. He has a great story, and I have a great story to know, how I met him and stuff. And it's just, you wouldn't think this would happen, but it did. And we fucking started the Triforce of Friendship with Esteban, episode number 5 or 6, I think. And man, it's gonna be fun. But beforehand, this is Pretty Fresh, and we are brought to you by Fresh Daily. Keep it fresh daily. Be original. Be yourself. That's what we are, and that's what we claim to be, and that's what we are to be. That's what we are. Fuck that claiming shit. We are that shit, motherfucker. Also brought to you by Platform Collection, platformcollection.com. Go check it out. You're going to be stuck there for hours and hours and hours, because there's a lot of videos, there's a lot of photos, there's a lot of stuff, the podcast. Pretty much just a plethora. Yeah, I said plethora. Fuck yeah, I did. There's a lot of stuff that you can just, walk around and spend hours there and not even do work and just, spend your whole day there. It's a lot of shit. Also, 2Mex Hologram Radio. Go check that out on 24/7, 24 hours, 24/7. I'm pretty sure our music's up on there. Soul Providers, what's up? Pretty sure you'll see that. Go check it out. It's a good radio station, good radio show, website radio. It's fucking nice. It's super nice. Shout out to the Orchestrated Network, Orchestrated Podcast, and the Mo2 crew. Yeah, I said to you. Shout out to 3D Beats, Cash, Coalface Ty, I believe. He has different names every fucking week. I don't know. I actually said this to 3D Beats. I said I was going to tell him something, but then I dropped the Mighty Mad Hour, for the next 2 weeks, and then, now we're back with Pretty Fresh. But I had told him that I was going to tell him something, and it's funny because I forgot what I was going to tell him. I'm pretty sure it was going to be something like, oh, there you go. No, I remember now. I have this great story with myself, where I used to work, and my confrontation with the Daniel Bryan when he was world champion. And I have this great story, and I've been wanting to tell it, and I feel like it would be great if I just went on the Mo2 podcast and told him this story, because it's pretty great. So I'm just giving it out there. Pretty Fresh will invade Motu Crew. Hopefully, I don't know. I'm hoping that'll be kind of cool. I'm throwing it out there. 3D. I don't know. If you want to have me, I'll gladly come through. Anyway, culture sessions. Really though, stereotypes. Bars Weekly every fucking week. Bars Weekly actually on Dash Radio now. Shout out to Kali for doing that. That's crazy. You wouldn't think that should be on there, but nope. That shit's on there, and it sounds great. It sounds crispy. Sounds beautiful. Go check it out. Bars Weekly with Kali. Also, check out the video series. Every week we drop bars. Motherfucking Bars Weekly, bro. Go check it out. BarsWeekly.com. We have the flagship show, Crappy Awesome, hosted by Kill C. Ray and Mr. Arash. Even though nobody will call him Mr., but fuck it, I will. Mr. Arash. Nice to see you guys. I don't know if you guys heard this. Episode 299. They finally, yes, I said finally, said Pretty Fresh, hosted by Mighty Muds. They finally put it on their little intro. Fuck yeah. That's a good, that was a win for me. Been on this, for fucking 4 months now, and they finally did it. Hey, man, as long as they did it, I'm happy. The 60 East Show, live from the road, 60 East, 2Mex Hologram Radio, and 2Mex Hologram Show. Shout out to Kali. Shout out to everybody in Platform Collection. Shout out to East of the River. We're killing that shit, motherfucker. We're going to be on paid dues. Yeah, I said it. Paid dues. Yeah. It's going to be so much fun to be on stage and just wilding out with the crew and stuff. There's a lot of us, and we're going to try to get everybody on. So, follow us. Follow us along. We have East of the River vlog every Monday. Right now we're on episode 3. So many tacos, because there was so many tacos that week. We had some on Monday, had some on Tuesday, we had some on Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, and Saturday. It was just, it was so many tacos, and it was so good. You can check it out at East of the River Network on YouTube. There's a bunch of stuff going on, and I hope you follow along. Follow me at Mighty Muds. Follow Pretty Fresh LA, Fresh Daily LA, Crappy Awesome Platform Collection. Of course, follow Stay Illuminated. But without further ado, this is Padilla from Matamoska. Here we go. Can you hear?
I can hear you.
Sweet. Okja.
Good movie, man.
Okja. Is it like
It's like a live version of My Neighbor Totoro to me. Have you ever seen My Neighbor Totoro?
No. It's really that bad, or it's that good?
It's good.
Fucking bullshit. Okja.
It looks like a live action Japanese animation movie.
Is it like is it fake? Like, if you see the pig, is it fake?
Oh yeah. It's obviously fake because it looks more like a rhino, like a giant rhino guinea pig.
Okay. I'm down. Super down. I'm excited, bro. Are you excited? I'm fucking excited.
I'm super wet.
I'm excited for you. Okay.
Too wet.
We usually start these things off by saying how I met you, and yeah. So I met you. Okay, so you tell me how you met me, and then I'll tell you how I met you.
Okay, in my head, the way I remember it,
right?
I was wearing red underwear.
Okay.
As the kids would call it back in the day, they would call it the whale tail. And as I was pulling the whale tail out my pants, looked back and I saw you looking at me. And I remember being in a group of people at a show, Evacore thing. Yeah? Something like that? It was at a show.
Was it?
Yeah, it had to be, because...
Which one? Do you remember the...
Evacore outside thing? The Scoutcore Invasion?
Go on. Was
Yeah.
that the whole thing?
Was it the day of the helicopters?
You know what, dude? I don't know. I don't think it was that one.
Okay. But it was an Evacore thing.
I don't know how you remember. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know how you remember me. I know how I know you. Like
you were a skinny cat. You used to wear a lot of plaid.
Yes.
Yeah.
That sounds like me. But that was a lot of people in the scene. So it's like
shit.
So it's like we'll see. But no. Okay, so how I found out about you, it was I got into the whole thing. My friend showed me La Resistencia, and then that kind of because it was like Southgate.
I'm not
Southgate.
in that band.
Yes, I know. And then I was like, okay, cool.
Sure.
I was like, okay, cool. Now I gotta do my homework and then figure out how, like, who else is in whatever. And then like I was listening to all these other bands and stuff. And then my friend told me that there was gonna be a show. It was called Ska Core Invasion or something, and it was Ska Core Invasion 2008. Ska Core Invasion 2008, and we went, and the only bands that I remembered were Resistencia, Viernes 13, I think they performed, Red Store Bums, and Masturbo, because they were all there.
That was,
Yeah. And then, so that whole, all that stuff, whatever was going on, and throughout the whole day, I was like, I got there like around 12. I think that's when it started, around that time.
Yeah.
It was like fucking $15 or something.
This is the one at the self-help graphics.
Yeah, that was the self-help one.
Yep.
And it was great. I mean, it was my first time there. First time experience. All of
I got a question. How many toilets did they have that year?
I don't know. I think they only had 2, maybe.
I think they learned the lesson for sure, because there was one year where I was like, this is way too many toilets.
There was a year that happened?
Well, at the last couple of Ska Core Invasions.
The one in Compton, I think that was the one that had like, all right, that's a lot.
Yeah, it was like sections. It was like a whole like boy section, guy section, girl section.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is way too many shitters.
4, I think 8 max, maybe.
It's like, how many people can be doing heroin at the same time?
There was a lot of people that day. Self-help graphics 2008. It was insane, and it was so weird to see all these people that I didn't know existed, and all these bands that I never knew existed. And there was just one band, and the thing that gravitated me towards that band, I think, was just the energy and it was you. It was the energy and the.
Was this during the daytime?
Yeah, it was daytime.
So after a band called Proyecto Macabro, right?
I think so.
Like the second band that played. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, when you see a band or when you hear a song or hear music or something for the first time, and you're just like, whoa, like this like whole world shifts, and it's like a big new thing that you have no idea existed. Yeah. That's what happened when I listened to you guys perform. It was just like I saw all these other bands before you guys, and I was like, that didn't, that feeling didn't happen.
Yeah.
And when I saw you perform, and I saw you moving around and everything, and then Joey, I think, was there too, and all this other, like, Hector was, everything was just like
jiving. Yeah,
and it was just like, how did like, this is music, this is the whole thing. Like, it was so yeah.
I don't know, it was something that we do. I can't explain it. Like, I always think like me and Hector and the Buds are my buds. They're like my bros, and I feel like when people see that, they can kind of see it as well. I think, I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah,
there's certain bands that play in the scene that aren't really friends. I don't know if you.
Yeah, I understand that now because the whole behind the scenes thing.
You see all that, yeah.
That we do, yeah. But like outside looking in for the first time seeing you guys, I was like, whoa, like these guys are. Yeah, buddies. These guys are friends. They're making music. They're having fun, and it was just a thing. Like, it was. I never seen a fucking singer playing guitar and fucking having fun like how you did. And it was just that thing.
It all died. I don't have any more fun. It's all done.
But it was like,
a shell.
It was so, I don't know. It was so crazy to see you perform and stuff. Hey, you're a very intimidating man. I mean, before I even met you and stuff, it just felt like you just gotta, like, I don't know, you joke around a lot and stuff, and it was just like, I think every time
I do some stupid shit. I know, man. I think it's shock factor. I like shocking people.
Yeah, I remember you. Well, now I remember a bunch of times where people go up to you and you say stupid shit or whatever. But so the one time that I remember, I actually had the balls to go up to you. The one time, it was To tell the backstory, because my wife always likes to remind me.
Was your wife there?
Yeah, no, yeah, she was.
I remember something happened when me and her locked eyes, and it was like you direct competition. Like we were both like eye fighting and stuff.
It was like, probably that night.
Was it that night? I think it was.
I
that.
have no idea.
I think you're about to tell the story.
It was me and Ashley, and then Ashley's best friend and my best friend. They were together at the time, and Ashley had brought a bottle because it was her cousin's birthday or something. She brought the big Sky vodka bottle, the big blue one, and like I never had like alcohol before, and I think I was like, I don't know, like 18, I think. And
burp.
And yeah, so I was taking shots.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how that affects you. So I was taking like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shots, and I was like, oh, it's easy. Like, I don't know. And as soon as like I got on the bus, because we had to bus it, we busted all the way to, I think, South Central. We took this 117 on Tweety all the way down to like the middle of fucking nowhere. Yeah. And it was just some back.
That's when you lived in South, like close to the island.
Right next to the island. And it was like behind a fucking mechanic shop or something, or it was like some fucking weird. I don't know. It was just fucking weird, and like we couldn't find it, and it was just this whole thing, and we're all fucked up too. I think I was like the most, obviously, and yeah, you guys were supposed to play, and that was the main reason why we went, because like we were like, oh, we want to see.
I think I know where it was at. Yeah.
So we walked in, and like super fucking trashed, and we see people just doing graph on the wall. A bunch of other people fucking making out, all these like just beer, drugs, all this shit, and
that wasn't a church show. It was like a mechanics.
Yeah, it was like a mechanics or something. I forget. I remember the pillars. I just remember pillars on the where you guys would perform. Yeah, and then my friend, he got his can, and he got on top of like some other shit, and he started writing his name. And then, like, he went back down. And, like, while he was writing it, you kind of went next to me, and you're like, whoa. Like, where'd that guy go? And I was like, oh, shit. This him? I was like, oh, fuck. And then, like, it was so trippy, like, oh, shit. And then I was like, yeah, it's crazy, right? And whatever. He came down, and then I think you asked him for a cigarette, or he asked you for a cigarette. I think you asked him.
I get cigarette. I don't smoke too much.
You get cigarette horny.
Yeah, I do. Actually, you know me, man. I don't really smoke a lot, but when I do, I get the fiends. Yeah. I get the itch. So yeah, I probably I don't buy cigarettes. I always beg people for cigarettes, and I thank them so much for killing me faster. It's like, thank you so much for giving me cancer. Like, thank you. So you asked him for a cigarette. I don't think he had any. And then you just ended up getting one or whatever. And then he was just talking to you like nothing. And I was just like, dude, that's fucking awesome. Yeah. Because like. Again, outside looking in, you guys were fucking gods to us. You guys were the kids.
You guys, yeah, I guess so. You guys were fucking bands, so you guys were performers. You guys were, did all this crazy shit. And for me, I didn't know you guys had real jobs at all. Like I thought you guys were just. Fucking...
I don't think at the time I had a job. I think I was still going to school.
Good. Well, I was kind of right. Yeah. But it just didn't seem like that. And then. Yeah, you guys performed. You guys fucking killed it. And I think, I just remember I was really drunk and I was throwing up or something. And then I think, And then Ashley was like, you want to go home? And I was like, no. And then like I think I heard Get Bex or something. And then I was like, oh, I love this song. And then I went in the pit and I was like, I just went in and I went ham. And then that was it. Like I remember, that's all I remember.
That's a good memory, man.
That was my blackout.
It was a good memory of me talking to somebody and then you're just blacking out mid-song.
That was my memory. I think that was the first time we ever spoke. So that was it. Do you remember any of that?
No.
It sucks.
Well, I mean,
do you have that like frequently?
In my defense, I have a very short memory span. Like, it's weird how I don't remember things sometimes. It's really hard for me, like, to have a short memory. I have a really good long memory. Oh, well, I guess this doesn't prove that.
Well, yeah.
Fuck that.
Well, that doesn't make sense.
No, it's weird. Like, I have to... I don't know. I don't remember that. I remember the show. I actually remember there was an area in the back where it's like gravel and just rubble and graffiti, and it was quiet. And then I remember my buds showing up, And I remember my good friend Wilbur was there, Richard. Everybody was basically in the back just chilling. It was such a good party. Yeah. And I even know who threw the shows.
Oh, good.
Some girls.
That does make sense. I feel like it was a birthday party or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember all that shit. I just don't remember the talking. I remember a lot of stuff. And I remember I used to, like I said, it was probably I'm probably mixing up the memories of you and your plaid.
Maybe.
Plaid, your favorite shirt.
So after that, I had asked, I think it took me a while or whatever. I started filming for Evercore, and the first show that I ever shot with them was Halloween Massacre. I just don't remember where it was. I feel like I want to say UVLA or something like that. I don't even know if that makes sense. Is it really? Okay. Yeah, it was. So actually. I did get it on point. So apparently I think it was that show. I think it was that day or whatever. I think it was like 2009 or 10. Yeah, 2010 or 2009 or whatever.
That was up in my prime douchiness. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I remember I saw you guys, and like I was there to take photos, and I was there to film. And then when I heard, I forget one of the new songs, or no new songs, but one of the songs you guys played, I was like, how is no one like filming this? Like, yeah. And then I just started filming it, and then I filmed it, and I was like, this is awesome. And then I went to the front and I filmed more, and I was like, this is awesome. And then you performed with La Resistencia, and I was like, this is like so special. Like, this is rare to me, at least. Yeah. I didn't know if you guys do that a lot.
No, we don't.
And it was just like, how is no one filming? Like, and I just started filming it. And then, like, I posted it up. Yeah. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember watching it and I'm like, oh, shit, somebody actually gives a shit. Like, nobody actually films these things. That was weird. Like, I didn't think this was going to happen. But, yeah, you definitely put that into
in motion,
history.
At least.
Yeah, you were one of the historians of that night, I think.
Yeah, there's a few other YouTube people that would post up, like, videos like that. And, yeah, I guess I kind of wanted to be one of those, but not really. I mean, I just wanted to film people that I liked, and you guys were the main ones that I liked. So I was like, I just want to follow you guys around.
No, yeah, and that's kind of cool because I think when kids are doing that, it gives us something that we couldn't do as kids. Because I used to go to shows in high school. This is like circa 1995, 95. Like seriously, when like VHS cameras were like the size, like you had to walk around with them on your shoulders and shit like that. They would cost like, I mean, to the equivalent of like $7,000 and stuff. So it was hard to do that. And even if you did have the luxury of filming stuff, which a few of my friends actually did, like they would just keep that in their closet on the VHS tape and stuff like that. And we released like a weird DVD thing where we did that, where we actually like were able to kind of just put that on a disc, all our old tapes and stuff like that. So I always appreciate like people posting like and taking their time to do that kind of historian. It's almost like it's very archival, like so you can remember that shit. And I mean, I never understood why. I'm not like a big social media dude. Like I don't really.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
I get you. It was it was very much like I just wanted to catch those moments for people, like whoever didn't get to show up or something. Because I would be that person that at one point I was like, oh, fuck, I didn't go to this show. The main one that I remembered was your return show.
Yeah, that was pretty epic. I don't know. Some girl did that one.
Yeah. Oh,
you know that one?
No. There was the return show, the one at the Ninny Factory.
There's like two. There's a return. Yeah.
So that one, I was pretty much set to go.
Yeah.
And
you missed that one, huh?
Yeah, I did, because the bus like didn't run past like fucking 12 or something, and I was like, no way these guys are gonna play at 10 or something or 11. Yeah. And like I feel like I was gonna miss it, so I was like, I can't go because there's no Ubers, no like taxis is weird to me or whatever.
2009.
Yeah, so I was like, I can't even. So that I had to miss that one out. So
you fucked up.
I know. I heard. I've seen.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I wish I would have like known a little bit better. But I was so new to the whole thing, and I had no idea who would go and stuff like that. And you guys were you were returning, right? I think.
Yeah.
Or all you guys were returning.
All of us in conjunction, I think. Because I left the band in 2003.
2003? Shit.
Actually, 2000. I'm sorry, I'm fucking this shit up in my head. 2004, close to 2005.
Oh,
so
wow.
I was done for a good stint.
Yeah, 3-4 years. Did they keep going?
That I know of, yeah. Like I said, wasn't much of a media dude.
Yeah.
I knew it existed and knew it was important to keep in touch with friends and shit like that, but I didn't care.
So when did you guys form?
August. I actually know it by heart, actually. It's
nice.
August 15th.
Is it like you guys rehearsed for the first time and that's why you remember?
Oh, no. That's actually, I don't know. It's just something engraved in my head. August 15th, 2009. I don't know. No, they actually met a year before that. We met a year before that. And it was on my birthday. And it was like 3 years since I'd seen anybody. And I was going to community college at the time. Hello. I was going to school at the time, working odd jobs and stuff. And then I was at a Panteon show with my ex-wife, well, now ex-wife. And I met Adolfo. He was at the show as well. It was out in Hawaiian Gardens.
Uh-huh.
It was like 2008. I want to say 2008. Like,
This is why you wanted to come back, or what?
No. This is the whole lead into how we even started talking about getting back together.
Okay. He was timbales, right? Or what was he?
Timbale player, yeah.
Okay.
He was timbales. He used to do drums for Ocho Calacas and
Mafia?
Mafia.
Yeah.
He started with Mafia and then
he
went to Ocho. I saw him at some random show like at Hawaiian Gardens. We were there to watch Panteon. He sees me. He says he doesn't recognize me because I had a Jesus beard.
Jesus.
I had looked like Jesus. I looked like fat Jesus, like Zach Galifianakis. Had the hair all the way to the shoulders and like beard all the way to like my nipples.
Really?
And he was like surprised, like, Padilla, is that you? And I'm just like all hippied out and shit.
So you were fat or you weren't fat?
I was kind of fat.
Okay.
I mean, I fluctuate.
You came back like
I get fat
thin,
and
right?
skinny, and then you get fat. I'm like the Kelly Clarkson of our generation. I mean, she's the same generation as I am, but I'm like the Kelly Clarkson of the scene. I get fat and then I get skinny, and then the girls like wonder what's happening to me, and the guys are just like, ugh, not again.
They know what's up.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. So you saw him?
And so he saw me on my uptick of Wayne Gate. Yeah, he saw me and he couldn't believe it was me. I was pretty much hippied out. I used to go to like a bunch of raves and shit like that at the time. I was like kind of just finding myself. And
this is how old?
I don't know, 26.
Okay.
20. I was exploring. I went to like Monster Massive. I was going to like EDC. I was going to Winter Wonderland and shit. I would just go to fucking raves and get fucked up and rave all the time. Just kind of weird, I guess, now that I say it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't imagine, right? I think.
No, I would not imagine. I'm looking at you right now like, what, really?
I ever told you? Yeah.
No, I didn't know any of this.
I have a hard-on for like Pollock and Fold and shit like that.
Oh, wow.
I love
Oh, you still do that?
I secretly dig it. Like,
oh, shit.
I don't go to raves anymore.
Is it the sounds? What is it?
It's the sounds. If you ever go to these shows, they have like sound systems that are way too loud than they should be, and it just you're high and you're drunk and stuff, and that stuff just gets to you. I don't know.
Okay.
It's fucking insane. Actually, you know what? I used to like that, but I liked more like the dub stuff. The dub, like the super, like dancehall, like the super echoey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's always a dancehall dude at those. What nobody knows is that there's always, if you go to like the EDC, and people that don't go to these things, they just don't have the Chemical Brothers and the basic bitch stuff that you listen to in the scene, in the whole raving scene. They also have like dub. They have other kind of music that are danceable and like weird and shit and awkward. And I thought that was my thing. I used to just get drunk, go to the dub little corner, and just fucking listen to like dub / like rave music versions of.
How old were you when you first went to your first one?
24.
Was it like a thing like how I experienced, where it was like, oh shit?
Yeah, it was a thing. Like it was like Winter Wonderland, New Year's Eve. I saw
Yeah.
I saw Tiesto and shit. And
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you know any of those stupid
Yeah.
bands. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that, dude, and it's just like, fuck, this is me. This is like legit.
Yeah.
I can do this for a while. And then I was doing it. And then I did it. And that's all I gave a shit about. I'd work, go to school, and then do the raves stuff once in a while, and that was life.
Was it your influence? Or was it your ex-wife's influence?
I think it was a little my ex-wife's.
Okay.
She wasn't into it actually. You know what?
Was she into your music at all, or?
She used to go to the shows.
Oh.
So I have to retract that. It wasn't her scene. It was like friends of.
Okay.
And so because our friends, would go to these things and invite us, and I kind of just detached myself from the scene at that time. I just didn't want anything to do with it. I was kind of done with it. And when
ska scene, or what are you talking about?
just ska scene in general, I just had enough of it.
Well, what was it? It was like the people, the bands, the promoters.
I mean, bands and promoters they've always been the same.
Especially now. Are you used to it now, or?
I'm always like.
Do you have like some sort of like second, I guess, feeling about it? Like you already know.
I mean, people talk and stuff. I don't. I'm one that is very laissez-faire. Like I don't give a fuck. Like I just honestly don't give a shit. Like people talk and people say like, "Oh, I had a preference" and things like that. I honestly didn't give a shit. Like I still don't give a shit. And the only thing I gave a shit was about like making myself into. And the only thing, honestly, between me and you and whoever's listening to this thing, what I hated to do is to be a liar. I didn't like to lie.
Okay.
So if I said something that I would do something, I would try to my fullest to keep that.
Right.
Unless it was outside of my realm of being able to control something. I'm a bullshitter, but I'm definitely like, I'm a lot of things, but like a straight up liar, I'm not. So people that would see that would either take it or leave it and stuff like that, and I wouldn't care. Like if you asked me to do something and I said I can do that, I would. I'm pretty sure most of the people out there that know me would say like, "Yep, this guy said he would do it, and he did it." Like that's what I do. So I don't. I pride myself in at least being transparent enough for people to know that that's truth. Like the truthfulness of myself is pretty genuine. So that's pretty much it. And I would know for a fact, and I would see a lot of not that principle being in action. So that stuff in the scene has always been the same. Like it's like, why are you saying things like that if you mean it? Like, why are you misrepresenting things? Like, just stop, dude. Like, stop bullshitting people, dude. Like, stop lying to them instead of fucking around. I lie, but I say stupid things. They don't have dumbass consequences. I say stupid things like, "Hey, man, I got the heroin in the turkey baster, and I brought the baby wipes, so we won't have the same shit happen that would happen last time." And then you'll be like, "What?" I'm like, "Just kidding."
Okay. So you guys saw each other, and then what happened afterwards, or what?
Oh, so yeah, going back to the fucking story. Sorry.
Yeah.
Super tangent. Okay, so Jesus beard, Jesus hair, like just done. Like does like, ugh. And this dude comes up and he's like, "Padilla." I'm like, "Yeah, this is me." He's like, "Is that really you?" I'm like,
you remembered him though, right? Like right off the bat.
He looks the same. He lost a lot of weight.
Okay.
So I couldn't recognize him because he lost a lot of weight, and he couldn't recognize me because I like a homeless person. And like,
I'd love to see a picture.
Oh, dude, I have kind of one that's like I shaved my beard, but you can.
I think I know which one it is. Yeah,
you've seen something.
I've seen that one.
You've seen something when I started cleaning up.
Yeah, was it the one you're like?
Yeah, I look all frazzled and shit.
Yeah,
but I still had long hair. That's when I had a haircut. I had to cut my beard off. That's when I was presentable. I was doing the classic
presentable enough.
Looking for a job look. That's
oh my god. And that looks like you it looks like you live Jesus, like you just rent old VHS tapes of old movies and just watch them at home. That's
Never any
that's the
story,
look.
bro.
That's the look that you
Never
were doing.
Turn around and tell me what you see.
Dude. Oh shit, that's how that look looks.
Yeah,
that look.
Like
look.
I owned a copy of Never Ending Story on VHS cassette tape. Yeah,
I wouldn't imagine. I would imagine that you do.
Yeah.
You're looking for it.
I'm actually gonna.
Okay, go ahead.
No, so. No, I'm just kidding. I don't have one, dude. I don't have it. But I do have a Laserdisc laying around somewhere. Anyway, so Adolfo's like, okay, back to the story, dude. So Adolfo's like, Padilla, I'm like, hey, what's up? And he starts chit-chatting. I remember I'd just gotten a cell phone.
Nice. Your first ever one, or what do you mean?
Yeah, my first ever one.
Flippy one?
Before, when cell phones started turning like smartphone-y.
Oh, okay.
Like right before, I remember like there was Palm Trios or some shit. Yeah, I got one, like the early version, and I got his number, and he was like, "We should probably just jam around, dude." And I was like,
"Have you played? Did you stop playing altogether, or?"
I would practice at home.
Practice what though?
Just things. I would just practice my own like guitar writing. I've always been a writer. Like, here's a history lesson. My dad grew up in an area in Mexico, that they cherished a lot of rock and roll. So all the kids would love rock and roll.
What city's from? What city is he from?
Mexico DF and Tijuana.
Okay.
So those both cities were like all about American culture, music, and rock and roll and shit like that.
Oh wow.
Like Santana, I think Santana was there. My dad used to watch them there and shit like that. And so my dad, I got lucky enough for him to give a shit about me enough to teach me how to play guitar.
He played?
He plays. Like,
okay.
Not so much nowadays, but he plays. And he would, like I said, give enough shits about me to teach me things. And I would learn and play music with him, which was like very generic Teen Tops, Leo Dan, like old school oldies, Mexican music that nobody would actually give a shit about nowadays. Well, I mean, now actually, people actually like those remakes and things like that. I guess I can probably like make a tribute or a cover album for Matamoska or something from those oldies and shit, turn them into ska songs. But anyway, so when I was a kid, my dad would play along with me and we would sing just classics, and I would just learn them, La Bamba, like all that shit. And then I branched off and got really bored after a while because his library was pretty small. And so I would start writing music as a kid, like that. So I was 12, 13, and I would just make up songs. And they would be generic, stupid songs.
Mm-hmm.
I would basically steal the riffs of what I knew, and I would just change the lyrics. So, I would learn songs like oldies, and I would just, say stupid shit like, let me see. Yeah, I farted, and you smelled my fart. Shit like that. So
okay.
So I would just say stupid shit, and I was like, this is kind of fun. Like if I say stupid shit to these songs, they would totally not be the same song. And that my mentality in my head was, I can rewrite these songs to say stupid things. Like I said, the same song.
It was like what, 10?
About 12.
12? Okay.
12, 13.
Yeah.
And
right when it's about to kick off, like your whole life.
Yeah, right at the cusp of my life, right when it should have happened, or at least I feel like my dad always said, and I guess like I said, he gave a shit enough to say anything positive in my life, and he said, you should do this for a living. This would be pretty sweet. All you got to do is make one really good song that people love, and then you'll be making it for life. And this is, of course, circa 1992, before internet and stuff.
I was one.
Yeah, thanks.
I was one. I just wanted to remind you that.
Anyways, dick. So,
do you feel like you made that one song?
I don't know. I made it for myself, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I know. At the very least, I have the solace in knowing that I'm complacent with what I've done already.
Okay.
I don't think I'm not fucking like William Hung and shit, you know?
Well, he kind of just did a kind of karaoke thing.
Yeah, chip bang.
Exactly.
Oh, man, but you move. But, you know, motherfucker still makes money. Like,
yeah, he does. He got that royalty check.
He's definitely, his parents, his dad didn't fucking have sit him down. I'm pretty fucking sure his dad didn't teach no guitar. I'm pretty fucking sure his dad didn't give him his, like...
So you gotta sing.
Yeah.
You gotta make this a living.
He, like, pretends to be retarded. He's an engineer. And pretends to be dumbass. Like...
We got money.
And he does, like, motivational speeches and sings and shit nowadays.
Okay.
But, anyway, so...
Yes, your dad taught you guitar, he said.
For those that don't know who the fuck William Hung is.
American Idol.
American Idol, Google search, watch the video, come back.
Continue.
And then continue this episode.
Posibilidades de volver como era antes. Te di muchas oportunidades para tener un final feliz. No, te quiero en mi casa. Te he dicho hace varios meses como Cucuy. Te reapareces en la mera hora de dormir. Cicatrices corren profundamente. Cicatrices corren profundamente en mi hasta la madre, cicatrices por toda la cara, tengo rota la nariz. No, tengo ninguna idea, dices que me quieres y me amas, después soy rata de dos patas, no sé cómo escaparme de ti. Cicatrices corren profundamente. Cicatrices corren profundamente en mi corazón. Corren profundamente. Cicatrices corren profundamente en mi corazón.
So,
she bangs.
She fucking bangs. So he taught you a guitar. He said, make this for a living.
No, my dad said it'd be kind of cool, and I was like, nah, this is who fucking wants to hear about my farts.
Okay.
Like, and it was just like
12 years old. Nice.
Well,
did you have like a big acoustic guitar, or what did you have?
I had a righty guitar that I turned into a lefty, and then that actually you're sitting next to what I had.
Even way back then? Did you ever have to fix this?
Yeah, a bunch of times. But it's
internally or outside?
I'm actually in the process of fixing it. If you see, it's shelled out.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I replaced the tremolo springs in the back. About to put in a new jack. I put on the new... Yeah, I'm going to put the strings soon. That's only one string. But that thing is from 1993.
Nice.
Yeah. So that thing is old. It's 2 years older than you are, or younger than
Yeah, I always felt like my dad wished we would have learned guitar, but we didn't.
No.
None of us did.
I still don't know how to play guitar.
Okay.
So.
I mean, you play it off really well.
I pretend real good. Man.
I pretend really good.
Yeah. I done fool all you guys. This is called the long con.
This is called a long con. Jesus. Dude, we didn't even finish your story.
Sorry.
Adolfo.
I'm sorry. I go off on really...
You're going back and then going to the middle and then you go to back.
You know me. I'm the king of tangents.
It's fine. Eventually we are going to
finish this story.
Figure this out.
Yeah. I'm the king of tangents. Like, you talk to me and I ask you, like, have you ever had Peruvian grapes? You know, the funny thing about Peruvian grapes is that there's none that exist.
Okay.
But anyway, so my dad says it'd be nice if you ever did, and I says, I guess, but I'll try. And then I did a couple songs.
So we started from the beginning now.
Yeah,
we'll get to the Adolfo thing later.
Yeah,
when you come back.
Oh, well, I'm coming back to.
Go ahead. Okay.
This is just like in my mind.
Yes. No, I'm happy. I'm good. I'm glad. I'm there with you.
Yeah, you're there.
I'm sitting next to you. Go ahead.
So I'm there in front of him, and he's like, so I wrote a bunch of songs. Then started the band, and I was in punk. I was in like this weird punk grunge hardcore thing in high school.
Did you ever dye your hair?
Yeah,
red
bunch of times. Yeah,
purple,
red, purple, green,
nice.
Orange.
90s. Nice.
Oh, not in the 90s. My parents used to think that everything that was punk was cholo.
Oh, really? Well,
yeah.
That's weird.
I had a very overbearing mother.
Okay.
Or I still do, but. And so they're Mexican. I'm Mexican, but they were born in Mexico. And so it was hard for them to grasp American culture.
You were born here?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. But my parents were not born here, so to them, the Mexican American Chicanos that were here seemed like very weird to them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I couldn't have Converse and I couldn't wear plaid.
Oh.
Because all the people that did and were Hispanic or Mexican.
So you're still dressing like a Mexican, I guess?
No, and I stopped. I mean, times have changed, and they've seen it. But they grew up in L.A., East L.A. during the 80s. So, or not grew up, but they were around. They were older than I am.
So they were watching.
So they were watching the things, and they confused being punk rock with like being cholo. So like, it was something that my mom wouldn't allow it because they bought me clothes, and I felt like I had to obey their rules. So I was like, can I get some cons? And they're like, no, those are cholo shoes. I'm like, they're actually not cholo shoes, Mom. like how do you tell them no? And yeah, so it was Reeboks for me.
Fila.
It was like pump it. I had those pump it shoes and shit. Pump it, you know those pumps?
Yeah.
I had those, and I had the British Knights lights.
Did they work? What the fuck did they do?
They actually did. They even inflated underneath your feet, so it's like pump, and then you feel like your step.
You could jump
like firmer. And
why did they go out of style? That sounds amazing.
Because of the 90s, that's why. They outsourced them or some shit.
All cool 90s shit just gone.
Yeah, they had some British lights.
Okay.
British Knights lights. You know those?
No.
They're the first. You've seen those light up shoes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, those came out before. They were like patented by BK.
Okay.
And LA. There's this stupid brand called LA. Some LA shoe shit that had lights on them.
So who'd you meet first from everybody?
Oh, first. Sorry. First. Well, I went to high school with the drummer.
Okay.
Richard. Me and Richard we knew each other from middle school.
Nice.
Me and Richard, we have this weird relationship, or we had this weird, and now we respect each other, but he used to think I was a sick ass poser because all I wore was Reeboks and I wore only Who Framed Roger Rabbit shirts and shit that my mom would buy.
Okay.
But I would love punk rock and shit like metal and stuff. And Richard was like enough for...
You don't dress that way? So
for Richard and his company, I was not fit to partake in the evil arts of alternative and goth and punk.
Okay.
And so when I first met him, it was in junior high. We had PE class together. I was going to Bell Gardens Intermediate. I was lucky enough to have started the advanced place in mathematics there. So I was a group of kids that would be bussed out to community college in the middle school.
All right.
So they can take courses in mathematics, so then when they come back, I had college credits when I went to intermediate school, basically.
So math just really came easy for you, like young age?
Yeah, math was really easy. And it was pretty easy.
Wow.
But I was basically a fucking nerd. Or I am a fucking nerd.
Okay.
Like with the capital F.
But you're the coolest man.
Fuck
coolest dude ever.
Nah, dude.
Coolest dude I saw in 2009.
Yeah, right? It's called the Long Con, dude. A master.
A long
con.
Okay.
Long con is long.
Oh,
and so I have this, like I said, I met Richard in the 7th grade.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he remembers any of this, but I remember we had, me and Richard had the same PE class with Mr. Yoshida.
All right.
And at the same time I met Richard, Mr. Yoshida said that he had enough with Jose's in his class. And he was going to call everybody named Jose by their last name. So Padilla. So he would just call me, Padilla, get your ass around and start making some push-ups and shit. And right when I met Richard, that's when the nickname started sticking.
Padilla?
So that's why he would call me Padilla.
Yeah.
And so Padilla was the thing that they called me from there on. It was right when I met, it's happenstance when the people started calling me that as my name.
Yeah.
And we had this biggest breasted 7th grader in our class.
Nice.
And I
like big breath.
Yeah, me too. And I cannot lie. And I was very hormonal.
Nice. As every teen should be.
As every teen. That was
preteen should be.
I was warm-blooded. God damn it. Damn it. God damn. So I couldn't control myself, man. I was just like, finally Yoshida's like, he comes up to me, he's like, Padilla, yeah, you gotta control that shit, bro. Like, I can't have that shit in my class.
Like, what? What does it mean?
Huh?
Like, what do you mean?
I was popping tents, dude. Like,
yes. No way. What the fuck?
I was popping tents, bro.
Were you just like hiding it? Like, what were you doing? Like,
dude,
you're just like, nope.
PE class.
Accepted.
You get those little shorts and the super tight.
Oh, Jesus. Yes.
All PE clothes never fit right, dude. They're
right.
either too loose or way too baggy. And mine were way too fucking like too short.
Right.
Yeah, they were way too tight or way too baggy. They're not. Mine were way too tight. You could tell shit. And I was just like, shit. Everybody sees this like 2-inch protrusion.
Oh fuck!
And just,
did you tuck in your shirt? Did you have to tuck in your shirt?
I was walking like tucking in style, dude. I was walking like I had to take a dump.
Your ass was like out. Trying to like, I get it.
Because I was. Let's not forget, I was 12 years old. And like,
oh, fuck.
At 12 years old, I was playing Pogs and playing guitar with my dad.
Uh-huh.
and that was my life. And I didn't understand this until like now, till last week, that women.
Wait, they don't like your boners?
Yeah.
Oh man, this whole time I thought they did.
No women likes my boners.
Fuck. That's
So
okay.
Yeah.
So what is this?
Richard. So go
Yes.
back to Richard knowing me. So I met Richard and a good friend Wilbur. And
Wait, did it have nothing to do with anything, or what?
that was just a tangent.
Okay, good.
bro.
I'm so glad that you told me that. Like, I'm so happy.
So Yoshida would tell me, you gotta cut that shit out, bro. And so whenever he caught me like pretty much staring at a chick and just like losing it,
Yeah.
he would like make me do laps or push-ups. And so
Just walk around proud.
I don't know if Richard remembers that, but I'm pretty sure he saw me doing a bunch of push-ups randomly for no reason.
Uh-huh.
So he'd come to me like, I need you to do some push-ups.
What?
Because that's the only way you can control it. Like,
Oh, really?
yeah, if you have a boner, you do some push-ups, you're done. No more boner.
Okay.
So that was his clue. And so like
Because the fear of it dropping down.
no,
that's
just
why.
like
okay.
exertion, you're done.
Okay.
And that was Mr. Yoshida's cure for everything. Like it's a boner softener. You do like 40 push-ups, you're done.
Okay.
And then so Richard, I'm pretty sure if I ask him now, he'll probably remember to be doing some laps and or push-ups randomly, without even like actually like he'll just look at me like, oh, yeah, I'm the guy with the push-ups, and he'll be like, yeah, he was just doing push-ups randomly and shit. And it's because of that. No, I don't think anybody knows that, because he would tell me like in my ear, like,
Yeah.
but yeah, I need to fucking do push-ups now. And I'm like, fuck.
Did anybody else notice the huge boner that you
I
had?
hope not.
So so he was the only one that noticed, or what the fuck?
I don't think Richard. Nobody noticed.
No,
it.
like the teacher was the
Oh
only
yeah,
one
the
that
teacher noticed
He
it.
was
Yeah.
like, hey, come on.
Well, it was obvious. I mean,
Dick away.
she was like the 12-year-old with like the biggest boobs I've ever seen in my life. Like up to until then.
Okay. That's crazy. No one else had that problem.
I'm pretty sure they did, but
They probably
They could hide it better than I
did
could.
it well.
fuckers.
Oh fuck! How did you just stand there all proud of it?
No, bro.
Just Superman pose?
But the
Like,
thing is, like, I would. Do you know what the funniest shit is? I'm telling you this now. I would get that stuff there and at math class.
why math class? You
I
just
would
love math so
Just
much.
fucking love it, man.
You're just like,
My teacher
hard
was
on for math.
my math teacher was a retired nun.
Oh, okay.
She retired from nun, being a nun, and then she got married like at 70,
Oh,
and then she became a teacher.
after 70, goddamn! Look at her go,
Goddamn.
achieving her dreams,
That's right.
dude. That's good for her.
Yeah,
she's
if I
probably
did-
dead now, but good for her.
Yeah, she's probably dead, but she died good. She died happy.
She died good.
She died good. She died happy.
She died good.
I hope there. I don't believe in God, but I hope if she died in the throes of passion.
She died good. Okay.
So
That's your Richard story.
that's my Richard story. And then Hector, the
Nice
bassist.
stuff. Hector.
Hector, bassist, was my little brother's best friend.
Oh, nice. Are they still friends?
Yeah, they're so close. Yeah, I think a little bit. Yeah, just as close.
So there, he was just like, "Oh, I play bass," and you were just like, "Oh."
The thing, yeah, that was the thing. Because Hector was in bands. I started my high school ska band.
What was it again?
Cicatriz.
There you
It was
go.
with my brother.
It was you and your brother.
It was me and my brother.
What was your brother playing?
Drums.
Nice.
And then I had my buds from
Also named Padilla?
Marching band. No, I wish.
Damn, that would
Well,
be nice.
like the Ramones.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
Give
Give it up for the Padillas.
Johnny Scadilla, Joey Scadilla, Robbie Scadilla.
Okay.
No, so me and my brother had a ska punk band,
Nice.
and then Hector and Richard.
How'd that even form? How'd you even start?
We
You
just,
didn't
like,
think about,
you know
hey,
what?
You
When we-
we're gonna do ska.
When we were kids, in the late mid '90s, all we had was MTV and Friends, and so
Like
not the show, well,
the show, or
Friends and our friends. So,
okay.
so we had.
Friends is good. Friends is
Yeah.
a good show.
I saw Ross and I'm like, ska.
Ross.
Ska.
Ska.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ska.
Yeah.
I'm like, I gotta do a ska band.
Okay.
I gotta write a song about Ross and
was
Rachel.
was there even like punk shows or like?
Yeah, there's
hardcore
punk shows. There's There's always punk shows. So we grew up in Bell Gardens, so there was always it's neighboring Southgate. So whatever Southgate was doing, we just scooch over and rock on there, party on there. So there's always something, and it was always local, and it was always for kids.
How were your parents like?
My parents
acceptable with you going out?
Well, I was, like I said, straight A's and going to junior college.
Oh, so you were.
Yeah.
As long as your grades don't slip or whatever.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, my brother, like, I think my brother would go to concerts and stuff more than I would. I would be in the band and stuff, but my brother would be. I think he lost his front tooth at a voodoo show.
At a what?
Voodoo Glow Skull show.
Oh, wow.
When it was like 1996. 97. 97.
Replaced it.
Yeah, he replaced it a couple times.
That's how he opens beer cans.
He actually does, but yeah, it gets pretty crazy. And so that's how my band started. And then Hector, the bassist, and Richard, the drummer, had their own ska band that they hang around with and did themselves.
They did themselves. Okay. How'd they even meet?
I have no idea. Honestly, don't.
That sounds like a small worldish type of thing.
Well, like I said, it was small. Like it wasn't popular. So people that like ska music and metal and punk. I mean, I'm kidding you not. I think it was like at the most 20 people.
In school, or what do you mean?
In school, yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
At the most, and that was like sketched out. Like that was just because we were just hanging out together. Mm-hmm. At the time, there was a band called Chencha Berinches.
Uh-huh.
Our buddy was playing the bass for that band, and another buddy was playing trombone. Mm-hmm. And so that's how I knew Chencha. And then there was a guy that my brother fought in high school. That was a singer, Joey, from Viernes 13. Before Viernes 13 was like, they were like a psychobilly band.
Uh-huh. Back then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so there was a dude named Joey that would sing for him before JP did. The dude from JP. And so that guy he actually got into a fight back in high school. He used to go to high school with us. So we knew all the bands. Like, I think my band is one of the few ones that actually quit. When you think about it, the other ones are still playing. Cicatriz like failed completely from the high school days. So I'm a loser if you think about it.
So
I suck. I should give it up.
It was just three of you guys, and you guys just ended up like, you know what, let's jam out.
Yeah, well, we graduated high school. We did our own thing, and then I randomly saw him outside my house buying tacos.
Uh-huh.
Wilbur and Richard. I saw him like chilling at Tacos in Michoacan. Atacor, I'm sorry. Some other stupid taco place. It's good. I saw him some random night, like at midnight. I don't know why I was going through there. Something random thing I was doing, and I saw him out there. I pulled over to say what's up because I hadn't seen him in a couple of years, just like after high school. And they're like, "Well, we're gonna do a Cure cover band," and I'm like, "That'd be kind of cool."
You like the Cure?
Yeah, I fucking love the Cure.
It's great. They're great.
Yeah. So I know our idea is.
Band.
So this is where it gets good.
Nice.
This is where it gets. I think people should take.
Well, it's been good throughout this whole time, but yes, go ahead.
This is where it gets nitty and gritty.
Okay.
And so I says to them, I can do the Cure if you lets me, but I want a drum.
That's what you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want a drum.
So what would Richard do?
Richard was going to play guitar.
Okay.
And my buddy Wilbur was going to do the keyboard.
Why'd you want to play drums?
I just thought it was fun. Like up until then, I was doing drums in my house by myself.
Oh. So
in between graduating high school and not giving a shit for life, in that moment, I was doing drums. I had the whole setup in my. It was just the next part of it. Mm-hmm. I had a whole setup in my room, and so I'd practice drums. I would play timbales from high school, from marching band stuff. I'd have like random instruments in there, and I would play around by myself. And this is what I told him. I'm like, I'm down, but I'm playing drums, and you guys will work yourselves out, whatever. I don't want to sing.
That was your... Okay.
Yeah, my thing is drum. I just want to be
though?
quiet. I just don't... I'm just not down for singing. I was never really down for singing. Like, I tried it in my high school band, it failed, and I sucked, and I was like, fuck this garbage. Like,
What made you think that you sucked, or what?
I don't know. I just I had choir classes in high school and junior college, and I was pretty shitty. I was jazz choir. I was always bass. I was the shitty parts, so it was pretty crappy. And teachers would tell me it was pretty shitty, so I was like, fuck it, I'm pretty shitty. But I'm not shitty for punk.
Apparently not.
Yeah, so I can do
Well, actually,
punk.
you're not.
Yeah, I'm all right. I kind of gave credence to those teachers, actually.
You're bad enough where you could be the shit in punk.
Yeah, I guess I could. I could be okay punk singer. I think I'd be a better punk singer than a ska singer. I don't know, whatever. But either way, so it worked out. First practice that we showed up for this all Cure cover band. We couldn't find a bassist because our idea was to have a bassist later.
Mm-hmm.
Once we figured out our own thing, once I figured out what to play on drums and what Richard was going to play out on guitar, because Richard wasn't very well versed on guitars.
Mm-hmm.
And Richard brings along Hector, the bassist, to my house because we're gonna have food afterwards or hang out after. And our first practice turned into our first Matamoska practice. So our first goth band cover band turned into a Matamoska cover. I mean, Matamoska show band practice. So it just all happened by accident. I guess.
What did you guys play? Like,
just anything we could play. I think at the time I was playing. I had, like I said, I had other instruments and stuff, and so I was playing timbales, and Hector was playing, and then Richard.
This was all after high school, right?
Yeah, this is after high school. It's a couple years after high school. So Hector was doing this thing, and then he goes to my house to watch us practice. I don't know if it's with an alternative motive or something.
Yeah.
He I hadn't seen him in a while, but he's my brother's friend.
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe he went there to go see. I never really asked him why he was at my house. To be honest with you, I was just happy to have people in my house. And I says to him, and it just worked. It just felt everybody. Richard just ended up going back into the drum set, and he's just like, let's do this beat. Let's do some ska. Like, let's do some shit that we used to like as kids. And like, or we're still pretty kids then.
Yeah.
But let's do like this beat that's like Skink and Pickle. And like, I have this song that I've been writing. I have this song like from when I was 13 and shit, and I've been writing, and that became our first songs and stuff, you know. And Flan, Resiste Baila, stuff like that. Stuff that they had from their old band, and the stuff that I was working on for my band that never really did anything, and so that's where we meshed it together and became Matamoska.
Possession of a mind is a terrible thing. The transformation with an urge to kill. Not the body of a man from earth. Not the face of the one you love. Me convierto en marciano. Ya no sé ni cómo me llamo. Ya no puedo ni dormir. El marciano me fue a convertir. Walk through these city streets, an unsuspecting human world, an inhuman in your midst. This world is my own. Me convierto en marciano. Ya no sé ni cómo me llamo. Ya no puedo ni dormir. El marciano me fue a convertir. Me fue a convertir.
That's how it happened. It's pretty much accidental, dude.
Yeah, I got. Damn.
Yeah, had I not like given a shit and just walked home or drove past
that would
them,
have been all crazy different.
nothing would have happened.
Yeah,
would never exist.
Wow, it all started from the Cure. Another good thing the Cure did.
Yeah.
Another good thing the Cure
that
did.
And my erectile dysfunction.
Oh, we just gotta thank the Cure and your boners. That's it.
Yeah,
That's all we gotta thank today.
that's my shame.
So we fast forward after a few years of performing together and all this stuff
It's
that
like
you
2
guys
years.
made.
It's 2 years. We did a long run. So that was 2000, like late 2000, like November-ish. That's when we started.
Oh
jamming.
shit!
2001, we said we got to do a demo. We did a demo, some shitty demo down at Santa Fe Springs. So we got together on really old ass
It's not
equipment.
that shitty. It was pretty OG as fuck.
It's pretty low budget, dude.
It was that's the recording that you're talking about, the Kepex Flan and
It was Carapalo.
stuff?
Yeah, it's the one
Yeah.
with the black and white cover.
So the very OG one, the one that
Xerox.
everybody likes the most is
No, well, this is Xerox one. It's the one with the dude screaming.
Okay.
The guy from Resistencia, the trumpet player, is like in a pit, and it puts it's like typewriter because all we had was typewriter shit. So it's super DIY, and it says Matamoska on the top and the bottom, chinga tu madre and shit. Because the dude was just like having the worst time in the pit. It's like but the funnest time in the pit, and so that's when that started. And then a couple years later, we met this dude named Jimmy Schmucks from Jimmy Parasite. I'm actually saying his name wrong. Jimmy Parasite from a record label called Obscene Records. And then he says to us, I talked to him and got us this show in Echo Park. And we did a show for him at some parking lot in 2002. And he says, I heard your demo. It's all right, but you guys gotta. I have this Obscene Records thing. I really want your shit on it. Why don't you work with our sound dude that we do a lot of work with, and help you guys press it and release it. And he kind of shows me the ins and outs. Jimmy's the one that kind of taught me how and where to get stuff done, and how things are recorded and how things are made. So I really have a lot of gratitude towards Jimmy because this is 2002, 2003.
So you guys formed, and did it feel quick from when you guys formed to when you kind of said, "All right, I'm gonna leave for a bit," or I'm gonna?
Yeah, it was into it, man. It was halfway into like our restructuring. That there was going to be a restructuring within the band about having another singer.
Oh,
there's going to be another singer, another guitarist.
They already knew that you were out, or what do you mean?
No, it was weird, man. Like it was a thing where the band changes here and there. People grow up and get out, and other people stay, and other people have different ideas of what the band's going to do. It's creative differences and things like that. And there was an idea that this band would model itself more like other bands are like Cicatriz, where they had in those days they had two singers and things like that, so they would model that or imitate that kind of style.
It's that Grill 'em all, man. It's the burgers that coming at you.
Cowboy from hell. But it's so there's this like Scottcore bands have this basic formula where it's like percussions, singer, guitar, maybe another guitar, bass, and drums.
Yeah.
And a trumpet, and trombone, and a sax. So it's basic formula. We were short a little bit, and they were restructuring, and I felt like I was out of that place.
How so? What do you mean?
I felt like I wasn't seeing the vision. I didn't have the same goal as everybody else in the band had.
So seeing as you were the singer, you weren't necessarily the leader in a sense, or
yeah, I was the leader. I mean, we were all leaders. Like even now, like people claim precedents. It
always seems like it's either the singer or the drummer that's the leader.
Well, In most
of a
bands,
band.
in most bands, that's true. In most bands, it's either the singer, and or somebody that you don't know is behind the scene.
Mm-hmm.
But in our band, you know, there's jobs. Everybody has their thing.
Mm-hmm.
They're in charge of, and they're masters of their own domain, I think.
Uh-huh.
And so I in my band, in our band, I used to pose a different element to it. And so what I was in charge of was to make sure, you know, our band had enough records on file and enough things and a decent roster to play at. Because back then it was hard to get shows because it was pre-Ewacore, pre-Concrete. It was at a time where you had to share play for play. You had to sell tickets to be at any venue.
What was your goal back then when you guys formed?
The goal was just to break even. It's not to go into debt. Because I would work. We would all work and stuff, and we'd all chip into stuff, practices and recordings. Yeah. And so nobody actually made money. Nobody made money. It's like, even today, it's still don't make money. But our goal was to say, hey, this is in itself its own entity, a self-sufficient machine. And that was my goal. And the way it was going and the way the band was doing didn't seem like that was the consensus. And so I had to leave. I just couldn't
How'd you break it to them?
I did it really stupidly. I just kind of I feel bad. Like
email, message, text.
Not even that. I mean, that didn't exist.
That
did not exist. I just
left, or
I just bailed, dude. There was no
man.
Text was like a luxury.
Like voicemail or something. I don't know.
Beeper. No, at the same time I had my own conflicts, and every time, you know, when I left, I had my own thing that I had to deal with because it's either family or financial. Like I said, we're broke as fuck. At the time, I was doing a bunch of like TV stuff. Like people were hitting me up for TV things, like Mundos and shit like that. And so that was kind of weird for me. It was something new, and I didn't know how. I couldn't take it very well, so I just kind of just bailed.
Shit.
It wasn't something I wanted to do. I always knew deep down I wanted. I mean, I took fucking calculus in high school. Yeah. I knew at the time I was like, I'm kind of wasting my full potential. Not as a bandmate, but just more like overall. So.
Were you going to school?
No.
Whole.
Well, I was trying to, but I kept fucking up.
So when you left the band, you kind of went back to school?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was my primary focus, was to go back to school and get my degree.
Okay, so a few years down, did you have any contact with any of them?
No.
Oh, wow.
Like I said before, I didn't have a cell phone.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I didn't go on MySpace.
Jesus. Fuck. All right.
Yeah.
What about, okay, so kind of, all right, we're back to now where Adolfo, where you kind of meet him. So.
Yeah, no, go back to the full,
Yeah.
An hour and a half ago.
Yeah.
Coming full circle. And so going back to, now you can see a bigger picture, getting into Adolfo. He sees me. Adolfo says, is this really you? Like, this is kind of cool, kind of weird, kind of scary to see this guy that, you know, I used to be.
What'd you think?
I saw him and I wasn't scared. I thought,
he was in the band, right, back then?
No. I later figured out, not knowing, but later when in our conversation, figured out that they weren't playing anymore. Okay. And that kind of saddened me. The shit that made me very
Did you
sad.
honestly think they were going to continue without you?
I honestly wanted them to. I still like
it sounds so like, how could that happen?
Even to today, like if tomorrow I had to, even, you know, I wouldn't quit. I wouldn't do that same thing again. I'd learn my lesson. But if tomorrow, if some unforeseen incident happened where I would cease to exist or cease to be in a band, I would hope that they would continue. Like
it's not to take away anything from the guys or anything, but it's very clear that when it's Matamoska show, it is mainly like you are the guy who embodies the whole thing, the person that has the whole thing.
I think the only reason is because everybody gives me the benefit of a doubt for letting me talk more with them. I don't think so much that
I mean, probably. I
yeah.
mean, you are the sound. You are
Yeah.
the voice.
Everybody trusts me that I will say some
I mean, you
stupid
say the things that is just,
And
only you can say,
and they wouldn't say it, but they would want to say it.
yeah, like some of the all this shit that you'd say before you even perform or whatever.
Yeah. I think I said one time that my mom is a fucking hooker, but it's okay because she's my mom. And I love her.
You say a lot about jacking off. Like you just say a lot of shit.
Well,
And it just sounds. It's just so funny. It catches people off guard, and it's just.
Yeah.
I said this before, but when you go to a Matamoska show, you're gonna have fun. It's gonna be a good time. Like you kind of wait for that set because it's like, okay, they're about to go on. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
It's gonna be, you're gonna have fun.
Yeah, and this new record's gonna be pretty sick.
I bet. But okay, let's.
Sorry.
Okay, so you didn't have any contact with him. How did you even feel? Like even. Well, how long was it from when you saw him and then to like, all right, I think I want to.
It's good, like 4 years. 4 years.
No, like from when you saw Adolfo and then from when you wanted to be like, all right, let's.
Oh,
practice again.
that's like 3 months.
It was
4
like
months.
3 months, and then how did you?
No, it was actually like. So I saw Adolfo. He said we should meet up sometime, and that's when I was using MySpace again. He was
okay.
like,
Oh, good.
hit me up on MySpace. I finally like mustered up the enough.
I was super proud that you used one of my photos that I.
The
I was
splits?
like,
No. Which one?
I forgot. I was super proud when you posted it. I was like, oh, that's my photo.
Yeah.
That was
Did I give you credit?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I'm a son of a bitch. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I just felt super proud when you did it. I was like, oh, hell yeah. That's
Yeah.
mine. Go ahead.
So, So they invited, like I had my ex-wife had a party for me, and
Wife at the time?
wife at the time, yeah.
Okay.
And she had a party down at the La Cita.
Okay. Oh.
At La Cita, and then she invited Adolfo.
Yeah.
I invited Adolfo.
Yeah.
And I said, bring some cats that you still talk to. Bring people, like, just get
You
together.
totally fucking want to.
No,
I just throw the reel out.
I kind of tested the water, see what's fishing out, because I knew like the bassist was busy with his band. He started. I mean,
Okay.
Adolfo from knowing, because Adolfo was the drummer from Mafia.
Yeah.
So I knew people were busy. So I honestly didn't I didn't expect them to come.
Yeah.
Why? Because I fucking like bailed on them a bunch of.
It was your birthday party? Or what
Yeah, it was my birthday
party.
party.
Okay.
It's a funny story that night too.
Okay.
So it was my birthday party at La Cita, and Adolfo shows up and he brings Jose
Okay.
Jose Morales.
Yeah.
Yeah, Piñata Protest
Yeah.
dude. Jose. He brings. This is the first time I ever met that guy. The guy's amazing.
He's a good guy.
Yeah. So lucky. And Adolfo brings Jose because Jose's also playing for Mafia.
Yeah.
So it's basically a Mafia. I guess Adolfo was practicing with Mafia, and he said, "But he's having a birthday party. We should all go." And I'm imagining. I'm very like.
You weren't there, so you could.
I wasn't there, but I can kind of imagine
Okay.
like giving you a backstory. I think this is what happened. Jose loves to go out. He's a nightlife dude, and so obviously he's gonna go.
Yeah.
And when I get there and I meet the dude, and it's like instant, like I knew this guy is like a cool cat. Like,
yeah.
I have this weird knack for knowing who and what is gonna be. Like, I have not a good judge of character because I've known a lot of bad people that I'm close to, but I think I have the knack for knowing what is genuine. So if somebody is genuine, bad or good, I will definitely keep in touch. Like if I know this guy's like genuinely either positive or negative, I'll communicate with you and I'll be working with you. If I know you're fake, I'll just stay away from you.
Right.
Like I hate fake people. Like I just don't like that shit. So Jose, Adolfo, getting drunk as fuck, and we're like, we should do Matamoska again, and Jose should play guitars and shit. Because that was my downfall. It's like I was a punk, but I don't do leads. I don't do fancy shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
don't do fancy shit.
I don't like that.
Yeah,
shit,
I know you. I know you don't. It was funny.
I don't
hear you say it.
I just don't like. I don't like playing guitar. All that. Like, I mean,
you could do it though, right?
I could do it if I wanted to. If I tried, dude, I fucking built a hydrogen car.
Yeah.
I can learn a lead.
I'm pretty sure I could learn.
I'm pretty sure I can learn the lead guitar parts and stuff. I don't care. Like, I just don't care. It's like asking. It's like telling you, like, you can do a marathon. I'm pretty sure you can work yourself up to doing a 28-mile marathon if you wanted to. But do you care about doing it?
No.
Exactly. That's the way for me for fancy
funny.
guitar working. Like, I don't
so
care.
True.
I don't give a fuck. Like, I'll write the songs.
You're a realist, sir. You are a realist.
I just don't care. Like, it feels.
Why the fuck do I need to do that?
Yeah,
that's funny.
I'll hire some other cat to do it.
Right. Okay.
And
so you kind of did.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And it's like.
So Adolfo was telling you that, or he was?
Yeah,
telling
he's like really good guitar player. I'm like,
You were really that? You were drunk as fuck, or
yeah,
like,
I was drunk as shit,
okay.
dude. And this is leading to the next part.
And he's like, okay.
I was drunk as shit, and he's like, dude, this guy plays guitar really good. I'm like, oh yeah, for real. This is exactly what I wanted back in the day.
Nice.
I wanted a good lead guitar player. And he's like, we should fucking start this shit, dude. Like, literally, we can, like, actually, there's money in this thing now. Like, like, not money, like, getting rich quick money.
Yeah.
But, like, money enough to, like, actually
to do what you guys wanted to do.
Make our own records, like, for free. Like, not for free, but, like, pay itself. Like,
yeah.
It's like, there's actual money in it now. Like, we can actually pay for our own records now and make shirts and merch, and people actually buy them now. Like, I'm like, really?
Yeah.
This is kind of sounds like you're faking it, but let's do this anyway. And
did you remember the next day?
No, I was fucking wasted, dude. Which is funny because, like, that night when I was going home from La Cita, a cop pulls me over for broken taillight or headlight.
You were driving?
I was fucking driving.
You were driving?
I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
One of the few times, yeah.
Okay.
I was pretty wasted. Dude pulls me over. Cop's like, obviously, dude, I fucking wasted, bro. And then he looks at me. He's on driver's license registration. I'm like, oh shit, officer. Fuck.
Did you?
I fucked it up.
Officer.
Dude, the dude, like.
Oh my god.
Way. I'm definitely afraid of policemen because I've always been assaulted by them and shit every time prior to that. And this time, I guess he had the heart to look at my ID to know that the day of was my birthday.
Yeah.
And he kind of just looked at me. He's like, how far do you live? I'm like a mile away, dude. And it's just like, oh, just your lights out, so just get that shit fixed.
Okay. He should have just followed you, honestly.
Yeah.
But go ahead, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let me go. No ticket.
Yeah.
No DUI. No Mexican badge of honor.
Man, that is so awesome.
Yeah, I got lucky. And
I mean, you shouldn't have done it, but it's like
I shouldn't have. But the thing is, I actually did live like a mile away.
It's fine. So
this is pre-Uber, by the way. Yeah. But so that happened. That's by accident. Like, I honestly thought that was an accident because we didn't have any serious talks about.
Yeah.
Even when I met him at Panteon show, like it wasn't a talk we had. It was just hanging out. And it was leading to my birthday. And
so you just forgot?
I got really wasted and said I agreed to do practice with Matamoska again.
So you forgot the next day? And
I was wasted.
And how did that whole thing come about after?
What you message these cats. I'm like, you guys are serious about doing this? Like, I can...
You messaged them?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Message Adolfo. And I was like, if you guys are really serious, dude, I can, like, book some studio time and see where we're at.
How'd you feel about that?
Like,
seeing them again for the first time in a while.
It was fun.
So you had no, like, oh, shit, I wonder what they're going to think, or...
Honestly, like, Adolfo, like, he was actually the martyr of everybody. Like, he was actually the one that talked to me again first.
Mm-hmm.
And the way he made it seem was like, if it wasn't for him, I honestly thought most people were pissed off at me.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that was the worst piece of shit ever in the music industry, of the ska scene.
Yeah.
And so he made it seem like it wasn't that big a deal. And so I made it seem like it wasn't that big a deal, and everybody else followed, I guess. And so it happened. It was a lot. Like I said, we've had people come in from other bands to fill in for like sax and trumpets and stuff, and they've said themselves like, "This is weird. This is the fact that you guys jive the way you do, the way that you guys act with each other is way different than what my band is used to doing."
Mm-hmm.
Like it's foreign for them to think that they have a say or.
It seems very like I've been to like other rehearsals and other stuff.
Yeah,
like
and
that.
you've seen it, right?
It's
You've
so
seen
weird.
ours.
Like there's a lot of dictators. There's a lot of like.
Isn't it weird? Like I don't
It's
understand.
super
how that
weird.
works.
Yeah, it's super weird.
And that's I guess because I've never seen that happen myself. It's hard for me to say, and I'm not saying I'm smart, but I'm very observant and I'm very like perceptive of what's going on, and so I can tell you like.
So everybody has an equal say.
In our band,
yeah.
For the most part, yeah. Unless you're being an asshole, then you get some shit. But I mean, for the most part, like if you're not being a complete dickhead, I mean, there's times where people are just completely wrong, and it's not like a subjective term, but like if you're genuinely being a dick, hey man, you're being a fucking dick, dude. Like it's super petty. Let it go. Let's work this out. But you've been to other practices where I still don't know what that feels like. People tell me like this is way different. I'm like, I don't know what you mean, man. Like honestly, I don't know how other people operate. I've never
You didn't have any other different.
Never
Since the start?
in any band, even in my brother's band,
Yeah.
with me, never had any kind of different dynamic other than we're all there together. We're all there to make this work. And we're all there for each other, and that's it.
Man,
I still don't know, man. Like,
yeah.
maybe later we'll talk about like actual people, but I don't get how people are in bands and they are in dictatorship bands and they get told what to do and how to have fun and what to write and what to say, because that's never been told in our band. I mean, I write a song about jacking off and crying. Like nobody's ever said.
Oh man, so you guys kept going and you guys got back into it. Did the return show? Started dropping all these albums and stuff. And then now you're up to date,
up to par to what we're supposed to do.
dropping one and then another right after, soon after.
Yeah, we're supposed to drop 2 this year and then working on a 3rd and 4th.
The most recent one or the one that's gonna come out this.
Skaluminati.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Nice. That's a good name.
Skaluminati is fucking sick, dude. It's one of my favoriteest things to write ever.
Almost done?
It's done.
Oh, it's done.
Done, dude.
When's the release?
Releases August 4th.
Oh shit.
So I don't know, depending on when
It's
you.
Friday? Saturday,
Yeah.
right?
August 4th in Vegas.
Oh shit.
Officially in LA. We have a release show in LA.
Oh yeah. I already
On the 5th.
I already know which
On
ones.
the 5th.
I already know which ones. Yeah, I saved the date. That's tight.
You're gonna be there, right?
Yeah, of course.
Better
I mean, with our thing, with yeah, I messaged you on, I think probably MySpace or Facebook. I think it was MySpace.
Yeah.
Messaged you all that time ago. It was at the Descarados show or something. Yeah, I asked if I could come along and film, and then you said yes, and then that was pretty much it. And I just started filming all the time.
Yeah.
And then now I just follow you everywhere.
Yeah, you follow me into the bathroom.
I did that before. I've done that multiple times. It's just I wanted to make that. I still want to make that documentary. And it's just like I have a lot of footage,
Just keep it simple, man.
And it's like not even like even if it has to come out, because if it didn't come out, then all that footage could have been used like
for something.
For something, yes. Like there's shows at there's pre-shows before you guys even perform, because they're just fucking around. Where the ones in Santa Ana, the backyard shows.
You should
in
go.
LA.
You should go on tour with us.
I know. I want to. The 2-weeker. That would be fucking awesome.
Are you? You know what I mean? You don't have to do the whole thing. You can.
I wanted to try something else. Good, thanks. I wanted to try something. I wanted to try.
You can do like 3 days, 4 days, and just split home whenever you get tired of like smelling and not sleeping.
No, not even that. I feel like it's more like not even like a job thing either. I just feel like I gotta like get my priorities in order before I even leave or think about leaving.
Responsibilities.
I know. Ugh, gross. I'll try to think about. I'll try to plan it out. I really want to go though, just because like now it's getting to the point where like I can actually go with you guys.
Yeah.
And
we're going to do. I think we're working on Japan next year.
Shit.
Yeah, you didn't hear it from me. Or in Europe, but You didn't hear that from me.
I mean, yeah, I wanted to go to Texas in January, I think.
Yeah.
And I just had something to do.
That's a good thing you did it, man. We froze our asses
Oh,
off.
fuck.
They had like the record coldest year.
Oh,
ever.
really?
Yeah, global warming is real, my friend.
Oh, jeez.
And it doesn't just get hotter; it gets really fucking cold. It's freezing cold.
I'm super pumped though, because it's like, it's finally getting to that point where it's like everybody's jiving, everybody's grooving on good, and everybody's having a good time, and
yeah,
it's good.
It's good times.
Great. It's going good.
Yeah, that Ska Illuminati is going to be pretty insane, man. You know what Ska Illuminati is?
No. Illuminati of Ska?
Something like that, yeah, I guess.
Okay. There's just one thing I wanted to ask you about. There was a time where I guess Matamoska kind of slowed down, and you started filling in for Mafia.
Oh, that thing.
Yeah. How did that come? Or
Did you notice the slowdown?
How did you feel? What did you say?
Did you notice the slowdown? Or
I did, because I was kind of the other member of the band, because I was with you guys for every show. It felt like I was a part of the band at one point, because I was so there all the time
with Mata.
Yeah, like I was there every other show or every show I was there.
I don't know if it was a slowdown. I think Mafia had like a good
pickup, rise or something.
Yeah, they were working. I mean, they're still pretty working. They're doing their thing. Mafia is they're good guys. If I do remember myself, there was a point where they needed a guitarist really bad.
It felt like
that was when I was like,
you were gonna leave. That's what it felt like.
The band?
Yeah.
No.
Like you were gonna leave. That's what it felt like. I was like, oh fuck, man, because I was talking to you, or like before I would say hi, or I would say something, and you would be very quiet, and you wouldn't be the you that I know, and I was like, fuck, man, this is gonna suck. Like,
I'm trying to think what time frame was that? What was going on?
Yeah,
I think I was with this one girl that was weird. She was making me weird.
I feel like it was.
Yeah.
Because
I think we both know.
Because there's definitely a point where.
See, the thing is, pussy is like kryptonite to me. Like it's like, have you ever seen Superman, the original movies?
Uh-huh.
And like the green kryptonite just turns Superman to like this like mush and just like blah. And then the red kryptonite turns into a piece of shit. Like if Superman gets in touch with red kryptonite, he goes into the bar and he gets shots, and then he starts flicking like cashews at the windows and it breaks them, being a complete dickhead and shit. So to me, pussy's like red kryptonite. So I start like not talking to people.
There was a definite rise. We were going up to the fucking LA, Santa Ana, OC, deep in the valley.
Yeah,
we were doing all this shit.
Yeah,
Triforce of friendship was strong and willing and great.
Yeah. And I don't think it was Mafia. I think it was the pussy. I think
it just so happened that it was like around that time. Mm-hmm. So Mata started slowing down, but Mafia was kind of picking up. So I was like, oh, okay.
And part of that's just because we hadn't had a record done in forever, and the whole like hype of us coming back was dying down. I think it was just that. I mean, we were working on a record and stuff, but that's pretty much it. I mean, you always have to have something new for kids or for people to buy and listen to, and that's the thing about music, and that's the longevity of the things. And I think that's what was happening. It was like a combination of not having enough material out, and then kryptonite pussy, and then like.
I think it started slowing down. Then I started slowing down, and then I stopped just asking, "Hey, can I come with you guys?" And it was just that thing. But now it's kind of picking up a lot more.
And I think the reason why I was doing the Mafia stuff is because they were cool enough to let me fill in, and not need to, because I was also going to school.
Yeah,
I was doing,
it was a different side of you.
Yeah.
Because you weren't singing, you weren't talking, and you were just fucking moving around.
Yeah.
You weren't moving around like how you do in Mata. You were moving around like so much different. It was fun to see.
Yeah,
like, it was just a different side of you.
I love working with Mafia. It was fun. Like I knew most of the guitar parts before. Before I already had known them for a long time, because I was there helping out when they started in the beginning, like years before.
Yeah.
Even when I quit, I quit. So I already knew the guitar parts for the most part. I think that's what I was a really good fit in, because I already knew the parts.
Mm-hmm.
And I would know the parts, and I didn't have the what's that thing? The commitment involved, because I was just filling in until they got somebody new. But that was always fun. I always liked just playing. That was fun. I remember that. I'd jump off shit and break stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and those guys are pretty wild, too. They're all pretty wild.
Yeah, I feel like for the documentary that we're gonna eventually make, the only thing I'm missing is just us fucking around.
Yeah,
because I have a lot of footage of performing all these. Like I heard,
do you have Mafia stuff when I was in it?
I feel like I do.
I
just have to look at it.
I was at my most thinnest and like.
I remember you had like the
slender
that square hat, the with the
yeah,
you know, the square hats with the star on it sometimes, but yours didn't have a star. Like you had, it was fucking awesome. Like the sweater you had was great. There was a moment. There's that moment, that show at Cheeky's house. That's the one that I remember the most, just because I saw you fucking moving. It was great. But yeah, I think I remember catching that. So hopefully I do have that.
Hopefully, man, send it to me.
Yeah, it'd be kind of cool to see that.
I can jack off to it.
Yeah, it'd be kind of nice.
That's the noise I make.
It's a
lot of air.
But yeah, I think if we capture that, I mean, fuck man, it's almost gonna be like 10 years since I followed you, so it'd be kind of cool. I've followed the band for 10 years, and this is their story.
So we did a show. We did like a house show the other day, and then there was like, I kid you not, there was like 15-year-olds there.
Nice.
Taking pictures of me. Yeah,
okay.
I love 15-year-old drunk girls and shit. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding.
Come on.
Don't edit that to make it seem like I didn't say just kidding. And so,
just kidding.
No, just kidding. You know what I like about high school girls? So I get older, but they stay the same age at the shows. No, I'm just kidding. So they were taking yeah.
Okay.
Kidding. Completely kidding. What the fuck? I could be their teen dad, dude.
I could be their teen dad. Okay.
So I'm just like, they're taking pictures, and I'm just like, I know I'm getting really old. They're like, no, you look younger than before. I'm like, how do you know what before means? But anyway, so that's fun. And so yeah, Mafia, that's a cool part of my life.
Yeah.
The new Mata. The new records are amazing.
Matamoska. New stuff. New videos.
Not yet.
New everything.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's gonna be fun to see. Fun to capture.
Yeah.
Anything else before we
hiatus?
Yeah, we dip. We dip. I would social media stuff, any of that stuff. Whatever.
Well, I have social media stuff, but I don't really go on it. But if you guys have an Instagram, I'm a gelatinous Padilla.
Nice.
Gelatinous_Padilla.
Nice.
Or you can just go into Matamoska.
Yeah, I mean,
Instagram.
I'm pretty sure it's all
somewhere in there.
I'm pretty sure it's what is it? Your search game is strong.
Yeah, and you know what a gelatinous spud is, right?
It's a very.
I told you this.
Did you?
Canned yam.
What?
Canned yam. Just a thing, man.
Okay.
You know me.
All right. That's okay.
So I want to thank you.
Canned yam.
Yeah. So yeah, thanks to everybody that gave a shit about us and gave a shit about me and gave a shit about what we're singing about. And we'll see you soon.
It's been so long since you've been gone. My loneliness is inconsequent. Used to be so kind, used to be so sweet. Wish things hadn't changed. Wish you were still with me. And I guess that all the time, try to convince myself, but it doesn't work. No, it's impossible.